The Millionaire CEO stood in front of a crowd, smiling for the cameras, but the black cleaning lady in the back froze. She saw something in his face everyone else missed. Within hours, her quiet warning would save his life. The marble floors gleamed in the grand headquarters of Harrow & Co., reflecting the golden light from crystal chandeliers. Guests moved about in tailored suits and designer dresses, raising glasses of champagne as they waited for the company's annual gala to begin. In the far corner, moving quietly with a mop and bucket, was Marlene Johnson. She had worked here for 8 years, cleaning the same halls every night after everyone left. She was invisible to most, a shadow in a Navy uniform. But Marlene saw everything. She didn't just clean floors. She noticed people, the way their shoulders drooped at the end of a bad day, the way they clutched their stomachs when they thought no one was looking. And tonight, her eyes caught something unusual. Elliot Harrow, the 52-year-old billionaire CEO, stood under the lights, greeting investors with his trademark charisma. But Marlene's gaze narrowed. His skin had a faint gray tint. A bead of sweat rolled down his temple despite the cool air. And his left hand, it kept rubbing at his jawline, almost absent-mindedly. Marlene's late husband had been a paramedic. She'd heard him talk about those signs, sweating without cause, strange facial discomfort, as possible symptoms of something far worse than fatigue. She set her mop aside and approached the catering table, keeping her eyes on him. For a moment, she hesitated. He's a millionaire surrounded by doctors at this event, she thought. Who am I to say anything? But then Elliot's hand went to his chest, just briefly, almost like he didn't want anyone to notice. Marlene stepped forward. Mr. Harrow, she said softly when she reached him. He looked at her, puzzled. Yes? Can I help you? I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, she said, lowering her voice. But I think you might need a doctor, right now. He gave a polite chuckle. I'm fine. Just a little tired, sir, please, she said, her tone firm. You don't look fine. I've seen this before. You need to sit down. The firmness in her voice caught him off guard. But before he could respond, his knees buckled. Gasps rippled through the crowd as Marlene caught his arm, easing him to the floor. Call an ambulance. She barked. 2 medics who were working security rushed over. Within minutes, they were checking his vitals, and their expressions turned grave. Possible heart attack, one said. We need to move now. Elliot was whisked away to the hospital. The next morning, the news broke. Harrow & Co. CEO saved by quick-thinking staff member. Doctors confirmed Marlene's instincts had been right. Elliot had been in the early stages of a massive heart attack. If she hadn't spoken up, he might not have survived the night. A week later, Elliot returned to the office, still pale, but alive. He found Marlene in the lobby, mopping the same floor she always did. He stepped up to her. Marlene, he said quietly, I owe you my life. She smiled, shaking her head. You don't owe me anything, sir. I just paid attention when it mattered. Elliot thought for a moment, then reached into his pocket. Well, I owe you this much at least. It wasn't cash or jewelry. It was a new company badge with her name engraved beneath the title. Head of Health and Safety Liaison. Marlene laughed in surprise. I'm not qualified for you are, Elliot said. You noticed what no one else did. That's a qualification money can't buy. From that day on, Marlene's uniform changed from Navy workwear to a tailored blazer. But she still walked the halls with the same quiet watchfulness, because to her, it was never about titles. It was about keeping people alive. Sometimes, she'd say, the difference between a tragedy and a miracle is just paying attention.